Hey there, if you are looking to connect with water startups as an investor, a funder, a client, a incubator, accelerator, or other entrepreneur support program, I'm here to tell you that we have opened our call for reverse pitch presenters for the 2026 WaterPitch Water Startup Matching Extravaganza, and you want to be there. We're accepting applications through the end of November, and here are the top 5 reasons for coming to do your reverse pitch at WaterPitch next year. So number 1, pre-sorted and prepared water startup pitches. So what do we mean by that? A lot of events where you have water startups pitching, it's kind of these random acts of pitching. It's whoever happened to be in the accelerator that year. It's, whoever's at the innovation hub, right? We go in very careful and we've identified 6 major themes. So up to 10 per theme. So that's up to 60 startups over the course of the day. You're going to have the opportunity to hear from half of those, right? So you get to pick larger markets, smaller markets, industrial, municipal wastewater, water infrastructure, or things like ecosystem, oceans, food and beverage, residential, direct to consumer, right? So we also do a lot of preparation with them. We have virtual pitch and practice sessions, which, by the way, as a reverse pitch presenter, you will be able to partake in those as well in the weeks leading up to it, as well as presentation coaching, so they get their heads out of the computer and they engage with the audience, and a lot of time for people to connect during the event as well as follow up after the event. So number 1. Number 2, or rather number 5, I'm doing a countdown, aren't I? Okay, number 5. Number 4, you're going to get to present within a session that gives you an opportunity to build pipelines and pathways, right? So you're going to be with other investors, with other funders, with other clients, with other entrepreneur support programs, and each one of you is going to be giving a short reverse pitch presentation on what it is you look for, right? What stage are you at? What types of solutions? Are you regional? Let people know what you're working on, what you're looking for in terms of startups. If you're a client, you actually get to present on a challenge that you want solved right before lunch. It's almost like a little mini hackathon, right? And so we'll get these startups who are very practical problem solvers sitting down with you during lunch and drawing on the back of the envelope, on the back of the napkin, solutions to your problems, and how they can work with you on that. So you're going to get to present and develop those pathways and pipelines. So who's earlier stage than you? Who's later stage than you? Who do you want to watch for that's not ready for you just yet? And where do you send people when they've completed their work with you, right? So, okay, so we've got the prepared and pre-sorted startup pitches. We've got your opportunity to present with pathways and pipelines. So far, it sounds kind of like a lot of other startup event, perhaps. Not that there's all that many that really focus on the startups, and we do put startups in the center, so it's not focused just on one industry or one sector or one region, right? Much broader area. Anyway, so let's do number 3. Number 3, we are here in Washington, D.C. With unparalleled access to policymakers and leadership at the federal level, at the national level for various national organizations, and international as well. And we take advantage of that during our program with on day 3 of the program, we have a congressional briefing. We have a Washington Insider's Breakfast, followed by a congressional briefing by startups, which there's a hell of a lot more members of Congress who have been former entrepreneurs than former water system managers, right? So connecting and making that connection, as well as a lot of preparation. So we'll be training the entrepreneurs, and you'll have the opportunity to sign up for that training if you're interested, with our Keys to Water in Congress educational program for entrepreneurship, and that's going to be coming up in the spring leading up to our event, which I hadn't said yet. It is May 4th through 6th, 2026, hosted by DC Water at their WQO Waterside Event Center right next to National Stadium. And let's see, so that is 543. And forgot to mention the afternoon. This is new. We're going to be heading over to the international side of town with all the embassies, World Bank, ICF, that whole crowd, and reaching out to folks in the administration to get an update by next May of what's happening in terms of opportunities for U.S. startups that want to bring their solutions abroad, and for international startups that want to come to the U.S. Do they need to create a partnership? Are there tariffs, fees, hoops to go through? How can we make that easier for people to be working internationally? And what support is available? All that. So, and another thing that we're adding this year, on Monday, on Prep Day, the 4th, we're looking to see if we can move up our presentation coaching, which you can also participate in, and the educational clinics, which again you can also participate in, things like IP, marketing, etc., so that we have a little time in the afternoon before DC Water closes to invite in, since the startups will have already set up their exhibits at that point, to invite in members of Congress, agency folks, thought leaders, heads of national organizations, to really see and touch and play with all the different technologies that are going to be featured there for the folks who may not be coming to the main event, right? So we got Prep Day, and then Pitch Day, a full day of pitches and reverse pitches, going back and forth between sessions with the startups, sorted, and then with the reverse pitches from the investors and funders, show me the money, the water sector, industrial sector clients, voice of customers, and then the ecosystem support, right? So that's 5, 4, 3. Number 2, education and community. We are going to be, we are in the process of developing we are in the process of developing our water entrepreneurship community. And we've already gotten started with our Water Entrepreneurs Leaders Lab as a virtual mastermind program, and really, creating more opportunities for those entrepreneurs themselves to get out there, to be speaking, on behalf of their solution, their sector, their the entrepreneurship as a whole. There's a lot of changes going on right now that impact, what kind of support is available. And to be clear, we do not do any lobbying. We're a 501c3 nonprofit organization, but we can educate through our Keys to Water in Congress for Entrepreneurship program coming up this spring, and create the opportunities in terms of reserving a room on Capitol Hill and all that. So, and over time we're going to be doing that also for the investors, also for the the client innovation leads from the different sectors, also for the accelerators, bringing them together in a way that some of that used to be done under the EPA cluster program, which is no longer available. So how can we help fill that gap? So you've got prepared and pre-sorted startup pitches. You've got the opportunity for you to present and connect with others within your whatever it is that you do with startups, creating pathways and pipelines. You've got the opportunity for access to policymakers and other leadership that is based here in Washington, D.C. We're the only annual international water startup event on the planet that is based here in Washington, D.C. And then you've got the education and community that we're building online that will keep you connected throughout the year. And finally, promotion. We promote the crap out of every single speaker that commits to coming to our event. So what we're asking people to do at this point is we want to get those early commitments from the investors, the funders, the water sector clients, the industrial, various other sector clients, the incubators, accelerators, prizes, challenges, etc. If you make if you send in your application, and by the way, one of the things that we have had to add this year is a $97 meals and materials fee. You can also see it as a seat deposit if you want it back at the end of the program. If you stay to the end, don't just pitch and run, and certainly do not commit and then, you know, we spend all year promoting you in every way you can possibly imagine, and then cancel at the last minute. Because remember, these startups are coming a long way. They want to see you. They're coming to connect with you. So please do make that happen. And as an incentive for that, we are bringing back our highly successful Water Innovation Nation year-end celebration virtual summit. We had over 50 speakers last year. We had hundreds of attendees from all around the world joining us. So we pre-record those. So as soon as we get your commitment and your deposit, we are going to set up your interview, get those done. It's going to come out at the end of this year, beginning of next year, you know, and then for the next several months, we're going to have clips from those interviews for our speakers. We don't just promote the event, we promote you, we promote what is it you're doing, and really want to encourage people to come together as a water startup community, as an empowered and engaged community. So please join us next May, and please fill in your applications and commit to coming this year. Dr. Kat Schreier's WaterPitch.org, waterpitch.org.